Hey, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How you guys doing? How you guys doing, man? We got a bit of a story here today. Something that we all kind of knew was coming, but the day is finally here. The day is finally here. I'm not going to take too much of you guys' time. I just want to kind of react to this story here now that we know that Shannon Sharpe is gone. So let me just give it a few minutes for everybody to catch up to this live, and then we'll get it going. Welcome in, welcome in. So Shannon Sharpe officially says his goodbye on Undisputed today, and it was very emotional. Very emotional. I want to get into that. Hey, King Solomon, how you doing? Make sure you check in. Why don't I join Skip? Not qualified. I can't talk about a whole bunch of other sports. If it was just basketball, and Marco, the co-founder of Dreamers Pro, put me in the gym for like 2 months to get ready, then I would probably I'll have a chance. But no, let's give it like a few minutes here when we get it going. Make sure you check in, man. Make sure you check in. This is pretty sad news. Pretty sad news. Pretty sad news for me. Just want to kind of reflect on what Shannon said. So make sure you check in. Let's give it like another minute or so, and then we'll get going. Salute, welcome in. Hey, appreciate that, Cinnamon J. Appreciate that. Where do you think Shannon will end up? I'm gonna definitely get to that later on in this live. Won't be on here too long, but I just definitely want to express some of my thoughts to the audience here. Let's give it like 30 more seconds when we get into the live here. Yeah, pretty sad day. Pretty sad day. All right, so let me just get into it here. Make sure you guys check in as you're coming in, and we'll get into it. So we are pretty much wrapped up shooting for today, but actually on Sunday, no, was it Sunday? No, on Monday, excuse me, we produced a show. And that show was the sad truth about Shannon Sharpe's final episode on Undisputed. Now, we knew that Shannon Sharpe, according to the news that came out, that Shannon Sharpe was going to be having his last show on Undisputed after the finals ended. So we said, okay, let's produce a show around that because a lot of us expected the finals to come to an end yesterday night, right? And as a matter of fact, when the Miami Heat took a lead in the fourth quarter, I was like, well, excuse me, looks like Shannon is going to be on Undisputed for a few more days. So what happened? The show, the Miami Heat lost. And today when I tuned in, I was watching some of the segments and I was like, well, maybe today's not his last day, right? Because I expected him to have that to basically say goodbye at the beginning of the show, but instead he did it at the end. And we had finished wrapping up shooting, and I came across a clip from Undisputed that was suggested to me, and it says Shannon Sharpe says goodbye. And I clicked on it. It's about a 7.5, almost 8-minute clip. And I watched it, man, and I was actually getting emotional. And it got to the point where Shannon said, after he finished saying thank you to everybody, we were all kind of waiting to see how, what he would say to Skip. That's really what we were all waiting for as he was thanking everyone. And it got to the part where he was getting ready to thank Skip. And I think I felt like everyone else. I was pretty emotional. And when he said to Skip, after he finished his original soliloquy there, he said, Skip, I want to say one more thing. And he took off his glasses and he had his handkerchief in his hand and he started crying. And he said, Skip, I gave you everything I got. That part hit me. And I got very, very emotional when he said that. The reason that part hit me is you knew that he wasn't lying. The other reason it hit me was this is the show that all of us have been following for 7 years. For 7 years. And as Shannon Sharpe said, I'm so happy that I became an uncle to so many people on television, their uncle on television. And I think whether or not you like Shannon or not, you were connected to Shannon. Whether you like him or not, you were connected to him. Because with all of the big stories that came out all throughout these years, Shannon won a lot of people over, but also he got on a lot of people's radar. So if you're an avid sports watcher and you watch sports and you follow sports, whether if it's the NFL, whether if it's the NBA, whether if it's, baseball or whatever it is, you're going to have some type of connection with Shannon Sharpe. And when he said that, man, I really felt it. I really, really felt it. And you can see that he was sincere. What I also got from that moment was, I think in that moment when Shannon Sharpe was saying goodbye, I genuinely, genuinely in my heart believe that there may have been some regret. I think at that moment as Shannon was talking, obviously Skip Bayless was very emotional. And I think at that moment, Skip realized what he was losing. I really do. I don't think Shannon hated Skip. And I don't think Skip hated Shannon. But I think in that moment when they knew it was finally over, it hit both of them. The only thing that stopped Skip from crying was the same thing that stopped Shannon Sharpe from crying, was that they didn't want to seem emotional on television. But you better believe it that Skip will cry. You better believe that Shannon Sharpe will cry. You better believe a lot of those people on there will cry. Because at that moment, I'm sure a lot of them said to themselves, at least Skip and Shannon, how did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? And it's really, really sad to see. I got to be honest with you. Because this show is not ending because of the major reason many other shows end, which is money. Low ratings. Usually other shows end because they have poor ratings. And that's a reason to discontinue a show. In this case, yeah, they were not having ratings on the level of ESPN First Take, but ESPN is ESPN. They're everywhere. How many televisions are they on? I mean, you find them in the airport, wherever they are. But they did have a good show. At times it got stale, the topics got stale, but they still had a very successful show. And they were making a lot of money. So to see it come to an end, man, I got to tell you, it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And I'm also going to be honest with you. I'm going to miss a lot of Shannon Sharpe's takes on Undisputed. I am. I think Shannon gave the right balance to Skip Bayless. He was the yin to his yang. Skip would be so far out there with his takes, and Shannon would be able to challenge him with humor and logic. And sometimes it would frustrate Skip, but it would always come back. But I think when both of these gentlemen sit down today, when they're in total solitude, I think both of them are going to break down, and I think they're going to ask themselves, how the hell did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get here? So those are kind of some of my thoughts with that. The next question is, where does Shannon go from here? He says something very important at the very end of his speech, which was, I'm not sure where I'm going to be, but wherever I'm going to be, I hope you guys follow me. And you guys are, are looking forward to see what's coming up next for me. To me, man, I have a few thoughts. I think Shannon should find a way to be a contributor. But, to be honest with you, I think Shannon Sharpe could pull off his own show. I really do. I think Shannon could have his own show very similar to what Stephen A. Smith has, and I'll tell you why. Number one, Shannon Sharpe has 7 years of experience at least working on a show of this level. So that means he knows exactly how it works. He knows everything about production. He also has 7 years worth of experience about talking about various things. Prior to him becoming a partner with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe was an NFL contributor. But during the time with him on Undisputed, he talks about the NBA. He talks about the NHL. The NFL. He talks about larger societal issues. So I can see, this is just me from afar, I can see Shannon Sharpe kind of being an orchestrator on his own television show where he brings in other personalities to talk sports. And some people say, but does he really have that? Does he really have that personality to, clash with different personalities? I mean, to kind of mesh with different personalities? Absolutely. How do we know this? Club Shay Shay. Club Shay Shay is a perfect example. And Shannon Sharpe did it in a way where he was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, D-Wade. I was looking at you in a kind of way too. Like, how you gonna go 50? But the way he did it in a way where it wouldn't seem offensive, where it wouldn't seem like as if it was an awkward moment. Shannon is very good with people. He's very good with people, and he can mesh with a wide range of personalities. So I'll be very interested to see where he goes next. What's his next move? In terms of his replacement, I don't know. I don't know who could replace Shannon Sharpe. I don't know who could replace Shannon Sharpe, because I certainly don't think. I mean, if I look at the current roster at Undisputed, you have Chris Broussard, you have Nick Wright. I think Nick Wright may be a little bit too analytical, and I don't really think Nick Wright is funny or humorous. He doesn't really have a lightheartedness to him. Shannon Sharpe does. Skip Bayless doesn't. And that's why they were good yin and yang. Chris Broussard, possibly. I don't know. Who else? Who else would work? I've heard some people say LaShawn McCoy. Possibly. I don't know, but no one really jumps out at me, to be totally honest with you. I can't really think of anyone. But whoever that person is going to be, it has to be someone that obviously is a LeBron supporter. Otherwise, I don't see how it's going to work. It's going to have to be someone that's not really a fan of the Cowboys the way Skip Bayless is. I'm not really sure. So, Rob Parker did come to my mind. He did come to my mind. I thought about him because Rob Parker could talk about a range of things. And I think he's funny. Some people, he's an acquired taste with some people. I like him. But we would have to wait and see. We would have to wait and see. I think Jay Williams is also good. I'm not sure if he would jump ship. But it seems like whoever it's going to be, chances are that person will start tomorrow. Whoever it is, they're going to start tomorrow. Appreciate that, B. Skrills. They may start tomorrow. So to me, man, it's a wait and see. It's a wait and see kind of thing. Charles Barkley, if it was Charles Barkley, it would be the most successful show on television, because Charles Barkley would try to beat up Skip Bayless every episode. He'd probably cuss on that show. I don't know, but Shannon Sharpe is finally saying his goodbye, and it's really sad to see. But I wish Shannon Sharpe the best. I hope that he goes on to do great things. He has a very, very big name. I'm sure he's going to be in high demand. Chris Carter, I'm not sure if they bring him back. Terrell Owens, that's a good one. Yeah, for sure. Terrell Owens, that's a good one. That's a very good one. But we have to wait and see, man. I had a similar issue with my former boss. Once he disrespected me so much that I had no choice but to leave. If not for that, I would still be there. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree, man. Appreciate the comment. Disrespect really can turn some people off. So I can totally understand it. Doug Gottlieb, I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea. But I guess we're gonna see, man. But what it's going to be an end of an era. To be totally honest with you, it's going to be an end of an era. And I hope Shannon Sharpe gets his own show, because I think he's charismatic enough. I think he has the personality. I think he has what it takes to have his own show. I hope he has his own show. I really, really do. Nick Wright, I don't really see, man. I see Nick Wright and Skip Bayless being boring, to be honest with you. I could be wrong. Nick Wright could be the possible replacement. Acho could possibly work. Acho may work, but Acho's already hosting his own show. So I'm not sure if Acho would want to kind of fill in that seat. Somebody said Jamel Hill. No, I don't think Jamel Hill will be the. I don't think so. I don't think Jamel Hill will be the one. Some people are saying Michael Irvin. I'm not sure. So anyway, just wanted to touch on that, man. Give my shout outs to Shannon Sharpe. Hopefully he has a soft landing and he gets another great job. But just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys on that. We got a lot of great content coming out later today, so make sure you guys check out for that, man. But those are my thoughts, and all the best to Shannon Sharpe. All the best to Shannon Sharpe. We catch you guys on the next live, man. You guys put Skip Bayless against Richard Sherman. That would be great for TV. I could see Shannon Sharpe hosting a daytime talk show. Yeah, I could see that. I could see. No, trust me, I'm not qualified. I can't talk about the NFL or anything like that. And I can't do that 2:30 in the morning and wake up. I would quit like after a year, man. I'd be like, yo, bro, man, I can't do this. I'm sorry. I cannot do that. My eyes filled up with water, folks. Real talk. Yeah, I agree. Great show, Bronx girlfriend. Yo, shout out to the BX. Shout out to the Antonio Brown, of course. Antonio Brown would be great. I love Skip. Yeah, we'll have to see, man. Another question is before I go, some people are speculating, will this show be able to go on would this show be able to go on with Skip Bayless? Will he be able to carry the show? That's another question. Now, I think Skip Bayless has the wherewithal to do it. He certainly has the expertise, but we're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see, man. We're going to see for real. We're going to see for real. But anyway, thank you guys for being a part of this live, man. We definitely catch you guys on the next one. He said Paul Pierce. Absolutely. We catch you guys on the next one, man. And be on the lookout for the content today. Appreciate that. Have a good one. Have a good one.